You see, in the beginning, there was the heated space, the Big Bang. I want you to think about this, because in my last video I mentioned the Big Bang. I talked about how the very elements and matter molecules that are in our body today come from the very beginning of time. It's just changed forms from exploding pieces of planets that traveled out and expanded out into the universe, and then became a part of a galaxy, and then that piece of matter or element or whatever has exploded from that, and just constantly did that over and over until now you have the Earth. But you see, I want to talk about something else, another aspect of yourself. I want to introduce you to another aspect of yourself to show you. You see, in the beginning, science would say there was this Big Bang. And if you look up what the Big Bang is, you see that there was a lot of heat. And they say that the universe was contracting. It was like condensed. And there was lots of intense energy. And then it was boom! And it expanded infinitely. And then it cooled down. The space that was heated cooled down. And once it cooled down, now all the pieces of particles and elements and matter, all these particles began to now form in different ways, because now they're not so hot that they can't even formulate anything. Now they're cooled down. Now they can actually become something, and they become new life. And and I want you to think about the times when you make love to your girl or your man. It's like there's this friction happening, and this chemistry happening between y'all, all this energy, intense energy. And it's really hot, because you're getting, y'all so close, you're making love. And then there's this climax that comes, and it's not just a climax, it's not really that. It's it is like a bang. It's like boom as well, and it's a releasing of and then your body expands, and you become relaxed, cool down, just like the beginning of the universe. And why is this so important? Because when you look at the nature of the universe itself on a very celestial level, it is a fractal of what's happening on a very biological level, in the form of creation. And when you can see that, as above, so below, there's a bang happening in the beginning, and there's a bang happening to begin new life on Earth. Isn't that interesting? It's a way it all works. It's called fractal evolution. Whether I call it fractal evolution, it's a fractal of a piece of existence that's happening over and over, right? That's undeniable. And so, this is amazing to me, because it's oh, wow. So we actually are a reflection of that, or whether I identify as it not, but what's happening here is a reflection of the higher realms. But what's interesting more so about the human, what we call in modern day the human being, or who you really are, unlike the sun and all these other celestial bodies, the gods, the celestials, the heavens and the sky, unlike them, you can choose not to climax, right? You can choose not to sleep for some period of time. You can choose to go against the grain. This is as if you're liberated from the very nature of reality itself. almost as if you are somewhere this existence is not, or something. Like, imagine the time of the Big Bang. Was there something that was able to be outside of the happening? Like what you call a creator. But then why, of all the things, let's say the creator created the universe, and then through the process of the universe coming to be, the sun couldn't do what a human would do. The planets, the sun, like the molecule, like not the molecules, the moon is not waking up and saying, you know what, I'm not gonna orbit today. I'm a stay right here for a little longer. Oh, I'm not gonna explode. Right? I mean, at least, biologically, or you can say on a material level, it's like these things have to keep going through change in time. So it's like, yeah, your body is, going to want to have hormones going through it, but the way that we perceive our own body and hormones, we can then transcend that as if we're a part of something bigger and more than what we see. So I'm not talking about some God. I'm saying when you observe the celestial bodies and you observe the body that you have and you observe the nature of what you are and who you apparently show up to be every day, there's some similarities between you and even this so-called one who's liberated from all of this, because you can be liberated from all of this. I'm not here to bring up some imaginary person, because why would we assume there's something else, somebody else that is in the picture we don't ever see? You never really see your soul. If anything, you got to assume that your soul is your body. And if your soul is your body, then your soul come from the sun, the solar system. But hey, that's not for me to go into. I'm here saying that there's something about you that is very much a fractal of the beginning of space and time and existence itself. And it's not the physical part. I'm not talking about what created your body and what created the universe on a material level. I'm talking about the one that can be liberated, the one who can actually shift awareness to different spaces in time within itself. Meaning you might be in the space of wanting to just go and be primal and go and have sex, but then you can say, you know what? No. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take a few deep breaths. What in the universe does that in the celestial realms? What is that conscious? You are the creator of your experience. And creator may not be the word, but you are the observer of your experience. And you can shift the tides by taking control of your own mind and seeing the patterns within and externally, so that you can then be without a shadow of a doubt about what is going on, and then say, I just had a full circle moment, actually. And so to close this out, because we running low on time, the full circle moment is when you see how the internal is reflected in the external, and then see that you personally are outside of it all, because you are not your emotions, right? You're not your past, which means you're not your mind, or you're not your perceptions, and you're not the body. So you put the pieces together. What do you look like, and what does God look like? Is there a similarity? And I'm not talking about your body, because God is inside of every molecule too, right? So hey, peace and love. Knew that L tapping into my purpose. Peace.